Hey, welcome back to Lenfant's Cocktails. Tonight we're gonna make a holiday themed cocktail. Christmas has passed, but the holidays are still here. We're gonna make the Trinidad Sour. I only say it's a holiday themed cocktail because one of my friends, when I, gave him a taste of mine, he was like, oh, that tastes like a Christmas tree. And so I figured, well, we still got our Christmas trees up probably. Let's go ahead and make the Trinidad Sour. What's really interesting about this cocktail to me is that it uses Angostura bitters, but not in a dash or two, but in 1.5 ounces. The main spirit of this drink is the Angostura bitters. So you can expect to get a lot of those cinnamon and clove and kind of deep spice notes out of this drink. It also uses rye whiskey. Tonight I'm gonna use Whistle Pig 10-year. It calls for 100 proof, and this is the 100 proof rye that I happen to have with me. And then it also calls for orgeat. I'm using homemade. Now if you notice, my homemade orgeat is a little bit darker than you'd normally see. That's because when I made it, I was out of white sugar and I used all demerara sugar, so it's a little bit thicker and richer, but it is delicious, and I think it'll work out really well with the heavy pour of Angostura bitters. It also uses fresh squeezed lemon juice, which we'll add when we make the cocktail. This is a shaken cocktail, so we're gonna go ahead and build it. All right, our first ingredient will be 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. Gonna do 1 whole ounce of orgeat. Half an ounce of our rye. Make sure to take your stopper off, but make sure to put it back on when you're done. 1.5 ounces of Angostura bitters. Let's add in some ice. The original doesn't call for a garnish, but I like to have a little bit of lemon oil on top. Gonna make a little twist here and just kind of drop it in. All right, let's go ahead and try our Trinidad Sour. You can see it's really, really dark. Right away, you can't help but notice, obviously, all the warming spices and bitter notes from the Angostura bitters, but it's not harshly bitter in a way you might think it would be. I used 1 ounce of rich orgeat in there, which is really working its magic to kind of temper down the extreme bitterness of the bitters, along with that brightness from the lemon juice and, a little bit of added spice from the rye. It really comes through and mixes well. It's not like the most visually appealing drink, I would say. It looks like tomato juice, but it tastes extremely well and a very complex drink. I don't think it tastes like the holiday spices too much, Bones. That's Bones. Bones is my friend. His name is Bones. But I think it is a delicious tasting drink. I think it's very rich, very complex. Now the downside is that, you use 1.5 ounces of Angostura bitters, and if you just have a normal 4-ounce bottle, you've used over 1/4 of it on one drink. And if you don't like it, that's a big cost because Angostura bitters keep going up in prices. But this is really tasty. I enjoy it. I encourage you to try it and let me know what you think. If you tried it, leave me a message in the comments on your initial reaction, because my initial reaction was like, wow, this is really good. But not everybody's has been like that, so let me know. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and cheers. I still think this is really good.